All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here for Game 3 of the Ladies Sen Showcase Tournament after a hot start yesterday. We hope to continue. The key to this game will be moving the feet, skating hard. These girls are physically a little bigger, but we watched some of their game yesterday, not quite as fast and maybe not quite as skilled as what the EO Stars could bring to the game if they all show up with the right headset, so right headspace. Let's see what we got today. Clarington Flames are waiting for Miley, Dylan, Caro up front, Layla, Grace on the back end. Annabelle Berube between the pipes. Grace over to Layla, to Dylan, goes for the one-touch pass, but that's off the mark, turns it over right away. Grace steals it back, puts it high off the glass, stopped at the blue line, thrown back out. Now Grace turns back for it. Grace hits the brakes, looking up the middle, finds Miley. Miley looking cross ice for Dylan. Dylan chops that one down, over the blue line, drags it into the middle, but she's crunched in between two players, turns that puck over. Caro with a nice work, trying to steal it. Now Dylan picks it up. Cross ice for Caitlin. Caitlin up for Miley. Miley tries a drag move, hits a skate. Caitlin tries to hold it at the blue line. Now Neela on the back check, gets involved. Ava up quickly for Jad. Jad with some speed over the blue line. She's coming in wide. Shot right on. And Clarington keeper able to hold on. All right, let's see if I can get some better camera skills going today than yesterday. Not off to a great start. As Becca set for the draw. Neela comes in, finds it, takes a swipe at it, had her stick lifted, but recovers in the corner. Rolls it back to the blue line for Melina. Across for Lauren, quick in, shot right on, rebound. Second shot, that one hits the body. Becca gets a third shot, and that one squeezed between the pads of the Clarington keeper. But great opportunity. Great pressure. And that comes off of winning faceoffs. So we saw that's a big key in the game against Edmonton the other day. It was a really tight match. A one-goal loss with a great skating effort, but just possession off those faceoffs goes a long way for creating opportunity. The puck rolled around the boards. Lauren steps in to hold it in. She pushes it towards the net, but that's off the skate. Becca tries to back her up. Battle at the blue line. And Jad dumps it in. They'll peel off for a line change as Clarington forced back behind the net. Their outlet in the far side boards. Becca on the back check. Grace pokes at the puck, goes down low for Layla. Layla rolls it back the other side for Grace. Grace up for Aiden. Aiden trying to get it up to Haley. That's intercepted. Now Layla again. She'll dump it in. Aiden on the chase. She'll get there first. Tries to pull it off the boards. Now Haley and Mia involved along the stick battle here. Now Aiden. Aiden centering pass, looking for Mia off her skate. Aiden behind the net for Mia again. Well, that missed. Turned right back to the Clarington player, and they're off to the races. Now they dump it in and chase. Layla off the boards for Grace. Aiden comes to play it. Oh, Aiden's backhand attempt. Intercepted, but she gets it back. And Clarington knocks it back in. Off the side of the net as Layla picks it up for Grace. Grace dodging a check. Escaping some pressure. Oh, turns it over. Puck up top to the blue line. Long shot. And that's gloved down by Annabelle. She snags it nicely out of the air. And that shot blocked by Caro. Puck down into the Clarington end. Nicely picked off by Miley. Now Dylan, her shot. Caro picks it up, swings behind the net. She's in a stick battle. Dylan comes to help her out. Throws it out front off Miley's shin pad. Now Ava, long shot, blocked in front. And Clarington chips it out and into safety for them as Caitlin has to get back. The puck did make it the length of the ice. Up for Caro. Caro to Miley, her stick lifted. Clarington chops it towards center ice. Nicely gloved down by Ava. She'll backhand it in. There's half the line that's off for a change. Miley putting pressure on. Now Jad. Neela out of nowhere. Chips it in for Jad. Jad has her stick lifted. Centering pass. That's underneath a bunch of sticks. And that's chipped up out of play. No, it's not connecting. It keeps showing that it's not connecting.
Yeah, it's because do it again. One more time. Okay, you go ahead.
Becca set for the draw. Comes to the near side. Neela racing for it. Reaches. Nice effort from Neela. And that one's chipped to the side of the net. And they'll hang on one more time. Doing much better on the face-offs with the wingers coming in to get those scramble draws out of the feet. Clarington rolls it around the boards. Met by Melina. She'll flip it in high along the glass for Neela behind the net. Neela, she's wrapped up in a stick, gets the puck out for Becca. Becca off the boards looking for Lauren, but that was intercepted. Now Lauren with a nice play at the red line to hold it in. Melina made a nice play and both players lost it. That puck's chipped back in. Melina. Up ice for Neela. Neela cross ice. Finds Jad. Jad's going to dump it in. They'll head off for a change. Clarington looking to break out the far side. Haley forces them back. Puck takes a funny bounce off the boards. Mia pokes it up. Bounces back for Layla. She puts it across for Grace. Grace has to turn around. Off the boards for Layla. Nicely up for Haley. And Haley over the blue line. Nicely dumped off for Aiden. Her shot right on. Kick save. Aiden pulls it out again. Now Mia. Chipped off her stick for Grace. Grace, cross for Layla. Layla, long shot, tipped in front. But that's stopped in Haley's skates. Another shot, rebound. Oh, Aiden gets dumped into the net, but she had a chance to whack at it.
You need the puck in the net, not Aiden.
Quarter money. Miley set for the draw. Dylan puts it back for Ava. Ava plays it off the boards to herself nicely. Leaves it there for Dylan, but Dylan didn't know. Miley holds it in. Now Dylan chips it back down deep. Caro chasing behind the net. Clarington able to get it around the boards. They come out the near side. Puck comes back to Ava. Ava at her own blue line. Goes cross ice for Caro. Caro trying to chip it in. Miley with a nice play. Puck chipped off the boards again. Trying to get it around. Dylan comes back and throws it in deep. Nice work to cover up the blue line. Clarington gets there first, but Miley's able to stop it. Miley working her way through, kicking it with her skates. Trying to free up. Puts it back to the blue line for Caitlin. Caitlin back down for Miley. Miley in front. That's a little high. Now scramble in front. Miley again, shot right on. Glove save. Another excellent sharp shot. Point blank. Good effort. That was an equally nice save by the Clarington keeper. Puck rolls around the boards. Lauren steps up to keep it in. Jad reaching for it. Puck gets past her. Clarington tries to break it up. Nice work by Becca to hold it in, but now Clarington fires it up to center. Nicely poked off the stick by Melina. Now Clarington dumps it in deep. That one rolls all the way around to the far corner. Neela in a battle along the boards. Clarington throws it back in. Melina throws it back out. Neela cross-checked. How is that not a call? Stick right in the face. Clarington down low is saved by Annabelle. Annabelle gets across second save, but can't stop the third one. So a non-call for the cross check to the face that dumped Neela on her back. Turns into a reward instead of a penalty as Clarington strikes first. Neela on the draw. Comes back. Clarington at their own blue line. They go cross ice. Layla pushes her player into the boards, steals the puck. Outlet pass looking for Aiden, but her stick was lifted. Puck goes back in deep for Layla. Layla leaves it there for Grace. Grace quickly up for Aiden. Aiden centering pass finds Haley. Haley in over the blue line. First shot, that goes just wide. Caitlin was late getting across. Nice poke check to knock the puck free, but Clarington dumps it back in. Annabelle out to play it. Sets it up for Ava. Ava goes for that long pass. Hops over Aiden's stick. Now Annabelle forced to play it as that dump in. A funny bounce in front of her. Now Lauren rolls behind her net, hits the brakes and waits. Looks up ice for Dylan. Dylan off the boards, backhands it for Miley. Miley through the center. She's got some room. Tries to drag inside, but had her stick lifted. Now Miley steals it back. Looking back for Lauren. That's poked between her feet. Now Lauren's going to get called on an interference. Is there 2 calls coming? We're talking about, because they both put their arms up, but I think they might have been looking at different things. Yep.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
So that's a double penalty. So now Clarington gets an extended 5-on-3 here. So they completely miss an obvious cross check to the face. Now, admittedly, Lauren set a picked, but she was held on to by the Flame player and so induced a interference penalty, and then I didn't see what happened with Caro behind the play. And the draw taken by Clarington. They'll put it up to the top of the blue line. Their shot, that one goes wide. All the way back to their blue liner. Shot, that goes up high over the crossbar. Trying to get just the right angle here as Clarington puts it down to the side one time. Nice kick save, Annabelle. Second save, Annabelle. Pushes the puck out. Back up to the blue line. Back to down low. That one shot wide and that'll roll around the boards and into the Clarington zone. Clarington sets up once again. Down to the side. Cross ice. That one misses on the pass. Up behind the net. Clarington controlling in the corner. 5-on-3. Nice stick by Haley. And she's able to knock that one down the ice. Haley chasing, putting some pressure on. Clarington takes over. They drop pass, leave it there. And control up top of the blue line. Down to the half wall. Back to the top of the umbrella. They mishandle it a little. Back down to the far side. Nice poke check by Caitlin to push it to the outside. And the puck's back up top. Haley took a swipe, miss. Annabelle save. Caitlin couldn't find the puck. Clarington circling. Another save, Annabelle. Still controlling down low. Ava able to push the puck player into the boards. Puck's down in her feet, killing some clock here. As Clarington tries to break it free, they do. They'll circle out in front. That shot, that goes just wide. That kills the both penalties. Excellent 5-on-3 penalty kill. Both players out of the box. Here's that danger zone. We haven't cleared the puck from the zone yet. As Clarington still controls down low. Ava gets a piece of it. Now Becca reaching for it. Puck rolls behind the net. His defense pairing is tired. Becca steals it. Puts it around behind the net for Ava. Ava up for Neela. Neela looking cross ice for Jad. Jad's taken down from behind. No call. Stick glove ripped out of her hand. Puck goes to the far corner for Ava. Ava has her stick lifted. Pushes the player into the boards. Becca rolls it around the other side for Neela. Hops over her stick. Clarington fires it back in. Nicely blocked by Becca. Can't find the puck in her feet. Finally does. Up for Jad. Jad coming to the blue line. Neela has it. Neela towards the middle shot. That's right into the pads. And was able to draw a penalty as Jad got hauled down at the blue line. Finally Stripes makes a call. And now the Stars will get their first opportunity at a power play. Face off won by the Stars. Back for Lauren. Lauren to Aiden. Back up top to Lauren. Lauren shot blocked. And Mel picks it up. Over to Aiden. Aiden up looking for Lauren. Finds her. Up for Haley. Haley works her way around the D. In front. Nice pass. Oh! Aiden just hopped over her stick on the one-time attempt that was there. Now Haley behind the net, wraparound attempt. That one's blocked. And the Clarington keeper able to hold on. Oh, hopped on her stick, eh? Face off draw, won by Clarington. They go off the glass, but knocked down by Grace. Grace able to keep it in, finds Caro in the middle. Clarington able to take over and put it down the rink. As Annabelle comes and plays it for Grace. Picked up by Miley, up for Dylan. Dylan goes cross ice for Caro. That takes a hard hop off the boards. Into the corner for Miley. Miley in front for Dylan. It's there, poke check. And the Clarington keeper, quick on that glove, was able to reach out and grab it and pull it in. The goalie's doing all right.
Just need the first one.
But she's like finding the in and she's going and pulling it.
We need the first goal.
Icebreaker, yeah. Miley on the draw. Scrambled draw. Caro comes in. Pulls it off to the boards for Layla. Layla takes it down to the corner. She'll stop and set up. For Miley up top. Back to Layla. Layla working her way in. Loses the handles. Miley able to knock it down and keep it in. Now Miley again. Down to the corner to Dylan. Back to Miley. That shot up over the crossbar. Grace on the far side. She'll flip it off the glass. Back into the corner. Caro can't handle it. That's chopped out and away down the ice. As Layla comes back. 20 seconds remaining in the power play. As we get a line change here. Puck up for Grace. Grace streaking down the near side boards, cutting towards the middle. Her shot right on, save, rebound. And nobody there to pop it in, but excellent shot from Grace. That's the rush I like to see, where she actually cuts back into the middle to find a shot. Often she'll take it wide and lose her angle. That good shot created an opportunity for a rebound. Just didn't have enough black jerseys crashing the net on time. Face off. Pulled over by the Stars, but Clarington gets their stick on it first, sent it the length of the ice. 5-on-5 hockey now. As Ava tries to skate up with it, knocked off of her stick. Caitlin backs her up. Up for Jad. Jad met with contact. Becca circles back. And that one's turned over, flipped in. Annabelle kicks it to the side for Caitlin. Caitlin, nice cross ice pass to find Neela. And now Neela, dodging some traffic at the red line, has to circle back. Gets it for Lauren. Lauren up for Becca. Becca will flip it in towards the net and head off for a line change. We'll hang on for a face-off in the offensive zone. Scramble draw, back for the Stars. Molina, long shot, that's high, knocked down in front of the net. And Clarington with a backhand flip. Lauren jumps for it, takes a swing. Clarington picks up the puck, but Lauren able to pull it off of her stick as Haley tries to chip it around the defender. Now Haley looking cross ice. Aiden chasing. Clarington gets there first. They look like they're willing to play a dump and chase style of play and sit on a 1-goal lead, as it's still only the first period in the final minute. Bundle! Face-off draw goes back Clarington's way. They chip it up the boards. Held in by Grace. Caro in the corner. Not able to scoop it, so that's down the ice for another icing call. With 32 seconds remaining on the clock. Go Stars! Miley chips it back for Grace. Grace fans on that one. Miley able to hold it in. Throws it down to the corner for Caro. Caro in a battle. Miley coming to help out. Miley pulls the puck out. Goes around the boards. Layla steps up. Able to throw it back in deep. Clarington able to keep it to the outside. They'll flip it down and off a skate. As Layla will clear it to neutral zone. Clarington throws it back in, and that should do it for the period. We'll take a break and come back for And we're back for period 2. As the puck is in neutral zone, Clarington gets it in. Caitlin goes across. Nice sweep of the puck. Now Caitlin, she's hit hard. That's going to be a penalty. She saw face-to-face collision, but able to pop up and shake it off. And that'll send the Stars to the first power play of the second period. We'll have a little shout out for Annabelle Berube's grandparents watching tuned in from Mexico, following along. Hope you're enjoying the sunshine and warm weather down there. Becca on the draw, puck comes back. Bounces between Melina's skates, can't hold it in. Puts it across to Lauren. Lauren back looking for Melina. She chips it up. Bounces off Becca's skates, now Mila takes it in. Mila trying to go wide, it's a puck bounces up into the bench. So a face-off in the offensive zone, but that's an aggressive penalty kill on this Clarington 4. Face-off controlled by the Stars, back to Melina. As we'll try to set up now. Over to Lauren. Lauren back to Melina. Over to Jad. Jad tries a centering pass, but that's blocked by a Clarington stick. Back down the ice where Annabelle will tee it up as Lauren picks it up behind the goal. We get some fresh legs out front. Lauren off the boards looking for herself. Now she's got some speed through the neutral zone. She takes it wide. Her shot right on, rebound, kicked wide. Mia in there first. Mia along the boards, but the second Clarington player comes in. Finally, Haley scoops it up, gets it back for Grace. Grace walking the blue line. Circles. Down low for Mia. Back up for Grace. Grace over to Layla. Down to Aiden. Aiden tries a centering pass. Hits a skate. And she recovers in the corner. Back up for Layla. Cross for Grace. Shot. Rebound. And able to scoop it up and hold on. Pull you in a little tighter to the action here. Face-off draw, scramble in the feet. Clarington comes away with it. They'll flip it down ice. Annabelle plays it in the corner. Grace picks it up. Leaves it there for Mia. Mia up for Haley. Haley through the neutral zone, across the blue line, goes wide. Loses control of the puck as it rolls around the boards, but Layla steps up on the far side blue line and holds it in deep in the corner. Now Aiden pulls it out. Aiden behind the net, comes back the other way. Loses control of the puck, gloved down by Layla, nicely at the blue line. She gets it back for Grace. Grace winds, fires, shot, bounces off a player in front. That was a nice release. It's a good snapshot from the blue line. Back comes Clarington. That'll end the penalty. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Trying to take advantage of a line change. Now Dylan cutting towards the middle. Her shot blocked by a stick, goes on net. Now she recovers behind net. Centering pass. No Stars in front. Is again still completing a line change. Puck comes back for Caro to Caitlin. Back to Caro. Caro up for Miley. Miley in behind the D, but she's held up by a stick to the feet. Spun her around, but Miley's still working for it. Miley and Caro along the boards. Now Dylan behind the net. She'll block it. Gets her body in there. Centering. Finds Caro. Caro in front. Miley's on it. Shot right on, save. Caitlin puts it back towards the net. Hits her body. Puck's in Miley's feet. Now Ava steps up and she'll play it. Rolls it to the corner for Dylan. Dylan just missed the puck as it gets underneath her stick for Caro. Back to Dylan. Dylan just too quick on that pass in front. Controlled at the blue line. Ava, her long shot. That's deflected in front, but Clarington keeper able to find it and hold on. Good pressure from that line. It's a long change for Clarington in the second period, so if we can keep them hemmed in their defensive zone, not allow them to change, we can wear them out as we're able to change players one by one inside the blue line. Jad with a shot right on, save. Puck rolls to the corner. Mila gets there. Mila working hard, puck bounces in front. Clarington, they break out. Melina plays that one off the stick nicely. Puck rolls in front of the net. Lauren with a backhand chip. Mila interferes with it. Shot right on, Annabelle save. Clarington has not had a lot of offensive zone time, but they seem to get a shot off every time they're down here. So they have to be careful. Annabelle, sharp on that one. Becca pulls that one back for Melina. Melina, quick cut for Jad. Jad finds Neela through the neutral zone. Neela takes it wide. Cutting in towards the net. Her shot right on, save. No rebound. excellent breakout. Face-off draw in the feet, pulled out, back for Layla. Layla chips one towards the net, that hits a body in front. Mia fighting for it, her stick's lifted, Clarington takes over. They try to skate it up the middle. Now they come the near side, puck back towards Grace. As Grace comes back for it, she'll take it behind the goal line. Grace skating hard up the far side boards now, doing a full lap of the rink. As she puts it off the boards for herself, tries to sneak in behind. All the way around the boards, Ava holds it in. Chips it back in, but can't get it around the... Oh, she holds it in nicely. Puck's in the feet, now Ava comes out. Her shot right on charge! Ava with a shot, finds the top corner. I saw Haley reach a stick out. I don't think she tipped it. I think that one's all Ava. And that ties the game up at 1. Good work for Haley being in front of the net, making sure the goalie had something to think about. That's the icebreaker I think we need. Hopefully that gets the girls fired up for more. As Dylan in a battle, comes away with the puck. Tries to poke it in, misses. Puck comes back for Caitlin. Caitlin off the boards, that puck hits a body into the near side corner. Caro and Caitlin battling hard down low. Now Miley's got to help out. Miley doing some excellent work along the boards. Now Caro flips it up, but not out. That shot hits a body in front. Clarington. Caitlin gets pushed into the boards. Caro chips it back. That one's stopped by Miley. Miley flips it up for Caro. Oh, the Clarington player just swept at it a little bit. Caro in. Dylan couldn't knock it down. Now it comes back. Dylan takes a swipe at it, knocks it off the stick, comes back for Ava. Ava up the glass looking for Dylan. Dylan chips it out front. Oh, just over the stick of Miley. That would have been a nice 2-on-1 situation. Now to the near side. Caitlin steps up. Takes a swing to chip it off the boards. Misses. Clarington comes in. Shot. Nice glove save by Annabelle. Annabelle throws it up. Now Dylan streaking in with some speed. She takes it wide. Shot. That one's up high over the net. We're getting a partial line change. Full line change now. Lauren steps up to hold it in. Mila in a battle in front. Jad steps up to play the puck. Melina throws it in. Far corner. Mila, Jad both chasing. Jad gets there. Now Mila has the puck, but it's stuck underneath the Clarington player. Back for Lauren. Lauren's got some time. Shot right on. Nice save in front. Looking for that deflection. And Clarington flips it out to the neutral zone. Lauren, quick up for Jad. Nice quick turnaround. Now Jad dumps it in deep. Aiden chasing. Aiden puts it off the boards for herself. Long shot from Melina, block in front. Puck rolls to the corner. We got them penned in here now. Clarington tries to throw it. Oh, unfortunately the puck rolled over Lauren's stick. Nice cross-ice pass for Aiden. Puts it back for Haley. Nice chip play from Lauren to get it up to Mia. Now it comes back to Lauren again. Now for Haley. Haley turns and she'll take the zone. She goes wide, looking cross ice. Backhand pass in front. Puck sitting there, shot, rebound. Second chance, third chance. And that puck gets bounced just wide. Back to the blue line, held in by Grace. She'll throw it in deep. Grace again. Across the blue line. Leaves it there for Layla. Layla shot. Deflected in front. Rebound. Charge! Haley on the backhand. Stars take a 2-1 lead. Gonna throw that up there on the scoreboard. Haley on that one, I think?
Yeah. Just traffic in front.
Yeah, that's what we need. And a nice shot from Layla. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Dylan picks up the puck, backhands it into the zone. I finally just put the score up.
No, I can't do it for some reason.
All right, so face off back in the Stars zone. Miley pulls that one back for Layla. Layla behind her own net. Up for Caro, one touch looking for Miley, but that's a little off the mark. Now Miley with a steal. She's going in all alone. Poke check towards the net. Miley and Dylan. Dylan rolls it off the boards, but no Stars players over there. Now Clarington coming back. Up the middle. Ava cuts that one off. Over for Dylan. Dylan meets traffic along the boards, but fights her way through it. Now Ava dumps it in. This line will head off for a line change. If we can pen Clarington in here, not let them change. We got fresh legs. Got to get him up quick though. Pass looking for Jad, knocked down by Ava. Ava gets it to Jad. Jad got some room now. Jad driving the net. Her shot, that's off a leg up high over the net. Caitlin, fans on that one, gets it back. Now she gets dumped. Crowd looking for a call on that one, but Neela able to dump it in. And a whistle blows. I guess we're calling an icing call here. Go Stars! Becca set for the draw. Pulls it back, that's right on. Annabelle had to be sharp with the blocker. As the puck rims around the boards to Jad as she tries to bulldoze it out of there. Finally flips it all on the boards for Neela. Neela breaking in. She's cutting towards the middle. Taking it wide. Circling the net. Off the boards for Lauren. Lauren, one-time shot. That goes through. Just wide. And now a penalty getting called here. I think a hooking call coming against Clarington. A slash. Well, the Stars back out to the power play. 5:42 remaining in the second period. Stars up by a goal. Draw from Mia to Haley, back to Melina, back to Aiden, back to Melina, over to Lauren. Lauren, cross ice for Aiden. Aiden walks in, centering pass, down low, backhand scoop. Oh, hit the post! Hit the post and stayed out. What a scoop opportunity that was. And now we got a penalty coming up here. And that's going to be against the Stars. So I don't know who's going. A hooking call. It looks like Haley's skating to the box here. And so that'll put it back to 4-on-4 hockey with a face-off down in the Stars zone. So 4-on-4. Dylan, Miley, Grace, and Layla up front. Puck goes straight back. Layla in the corner. Puts it up the boards, but that's right on the stick of a Clarington player. Now Miley comes back for it. She stops, turns back into traffic. Now Layla got it. Layla backhanding up, looking for Dylan. She tries to knock that out of the air, misses. Up to the Clarington blue line, they dump it in. And that's going to be an icing call. Well, that'll make for an easy zone entry as the faceoff goes down to the other end. Miley pulls that one back for Grace. Grace scoops it off the boards, turns, dumps it back in deep. Dylan and Scudder helmet caught against the helmet of the defender. They're locked horns like a couple of rams. She's usually butting heads with her sister at home, but today she decided to take it out on the Clarington defense. Dylan picks it up behind the net. She's crunched by two players, but still has control of the puck somehow. Now she skates out of traffic, gets it back for Grace. Grace over to Layla. Layla back to Grace. Grace Her shot low, looking to go through the skates. Miley, back for Grace. Still 4-on-4 hockey. To Layla. Layla rolls it down to the corner. Clarington flips it off the boards, but Grace comes across to stop it at the blue line. Grace has some room. Her shot, off a stick. Now Dylan on the far side. Flips it across, but out of the zone. Not the pass I would have advised, but now Grace has it. She's got some speed. Couldn't get it around the defender's stick. Now Miley runs into Grace. And that puck's turned over. Now Clarington has a chance up the middle. Ava sweeps across. Pokes that one off the Clarington stick, but Clarington still controls. They come far side. Shot, Annabelle save. Ava knocks it down with her glove, rolls it around the boards. And Ava gets there herself. Gets it out of the zone. Now Clarington coming up the near side. Clarington on a short power play here for another 15 seconds as they pick up the puck. They go cross ice. That puck's knocked in the feet. Still down. Annabelle save. Holds on. Excellent work from Annabelle to find that one. And 3 seconds remaining on the kill. Clarington for just enough time for a face-off win and try to set up a shot, but Stars will do their best to thwart that effort. Nice face-off win for Becca. Comes back to Caitlin. Rolls it far side for Ava. Ava looking to catch Haley out of the, or Jad coming out of the box. Now Neela at the blue line. Puck's jammed in right at the blue line. Front of the Stars bench. Everybody pushing for it. Puck comes out into the neutral zone where Becca puts it across for Ava. Quickly up for Jad off of her skate. Can't find it behind her. Becca with a nice back check, but here comes the Flames. Her shot goes high over the net. On the sideboards for Neela. Nice cross-ice pass for Jad. Just out of her reach, but into the neutral zone. Now Ava. Circling back in her own corner. Puts it up for Jad. Jad, she could have poked it to Becca, but now Becca has it on the far side boards. Puck's along the boards. Becca digging for it. Now Jad comes out with it. Her centering pass, that goes through everybody. Comes out the other side. Clarington picks it up. Put it off the boards. And Lauren hurt herself going headfirst into the boards, but that is not a good sign. As Lauren lost her feet, she's going to get the penalty for the body check, but meanwhile, put herself headfirst into the boards. And she's in some pain. Hopefully she's able to shake it off. All right, so Lauren is shooken up and obviously being tended to on the bench, which means somebody else had to serve her penalty. So Caitlin, the sacrificial lamb, is in the box at the moment as the Clarington tries to set up their power play. They flip it in. Puck rolls to the corner. Grace puts it down the ice. Able to clear the zone. Clarington behind their own net. They overskate the puck. Kill an extra 2 seconds. We'll take it. As they break up the near side, cut towards the middle. Nice stick lift. Haley gets it but can't clear it. That long shot, Annabelle saved. She reaches out and holds on nicely. Aiden on the draw. Pulls it back cleanly from Melina. Melina flips it up high, glove down. Clarington gets it across. That puck bouncing around. Goes just wide. Ava off the boards. Can't get it past the defender's stick. Now centering pass. Aiden pokes it around. Now Aiden's got an opportunity as she's streaking in. Aiden cutting in. Cuts towards the net. Her shot right on. Rebounds there. As Aiden's down. Melina steps up, blocks the shot, waits, flips it in. Excellent opportunity for Aiden, went for the deke. That pass a little out of reach. Now Ava's going to send it back in deep one more time. In behind the Clarington net. Clarington trying to break it out the middle, stopped nicely by Grace. Now Aiden off the boards, Miley chasing. Miley pokes it around the defender. Miley cutting in towards the middle, nice move. Lost it in her own skates, spins, fires, right on. Rebounds there. Puck comes back for Grace at the blue line. Her shot, right into the shin pads. Nice second effort to keep it in the zone. Remember, Clarington's still on the power play here as the puck rolls in deep behind the goal line. Puck pops out. Grace with a nice whack at it. She gets it the length of the ice. 5 seconds remaining in the Stars penalty. 8 seconds remaining in the period. Clarington slow on their breakout. That kills the penalty. Excellent kill. Now Caro's shot right on. And that hits a body in front as the buzzer goes. That'll do it for period number 2. But a great rebound by the Stars to take a 2-1 lead. And we're back to start period 3 after some cold water, fresh oranges, and a little locker room talk. Let's see how these girls come out. As we like to tack on a couple of more to insurance. As Miley, Dylan, and Carol up front. We got Ava and Caitlin on the back end. Draw in the feet. Digging for it. Carol gets it back for Caitlin. Caitlin looking for Carol. Carol throws it towards the Clarington line. Ava steps up to hold it up. Dylan got crossed up with the defenseman of the Clarington. Now the puck comes out. Dylan in behind the D. Shaping up for 2-on-1. Dylan to Miley in front. Shot. Save. Puck's there. Loose. Still sitting. Scramble. And finally the whistle blows. The puck was underneath. Nice pass from Dylan. Good feet on that 2-on-1. Miley with an excellent opportunity. Just couldn't get it under the skate of the goaltender. But Clarington heading off on a penalty. The Stars will get a power play to start this third period after some furious action in front of the net. Becca squares up for the draw. Shot right on. As face-off win came right to Jad. Now back for Ava. Down low for Becca. Becca turns, looking in front. Backhand in front for Neela. Their quick shot went well wide. Now Neela gets it over for Jad. Jad rolls it back to the corner. Neela. Jad kicks it back to Caitlin. Caitlin back down for Jad in the corner. Jad back up for Caitlin. Across for Ava. Back to Caitlin. Over for Jad. That's off a skate. We got to start taking some shots here. We can't just whip it around until we lose it here, girls. Caitlin behind her net. She stops. Becca. Caitlin. Caitlin up for Neela. And Neela just rolled off of her stick. Puck gets in behind and all the way down the ice. Annabelle to stop it behind the net. Melina. Waiting. Leaves it there for Mia. Mia. Up for Haley. Haley hit by contact. Melina keeps it in nicely. Now Melina cuts towards the net. Her shot blocked down in front. Oh, Layla had a poke at it. Now Clarington in on a break. Oh, Melina with a nice stick on the back check. Excellent skating from Melina. Times it perfectly. And the puck back to neutral ice. Remember, the Stars are still supposed to be on a power play here. And the puck gets in behind all the way down the ice again. Now Melina behind her net. 15 seconds remaining in the power play. That pass telegraphed all the way. Aiden gloves it down. Now it goes to Melina. Over to Layla. Now to Aiden. Aiden. That shot goes right off the defender's pads. Back the other way. 5-on-5 hockey. Clarington cutting towards the net. Broken up. Now Aiden. Behind the net. Hits the brakes. Puts it up for Ava. Ava throws it up the middle. Finds Miley. Miley coming in wide. Shovels it behind the net. Dylan comes down to take a whack at it. Grace steps up to hold it in. Now Dylan trying to pull it off the boards, and she does. Dylan cross ice for Miley. That pass is a bit high. Now Miley behind the net. She has her stick tied up. Clarington comes out the near side. Dylan tries to knock that down. That goes the length of the ice for an icing call. So it looks like Lauren did not make it back from the dressing room for period 3 as she took a hard one into the boards earlier. Miley bumping bodies behind the net. Dylan steals the puck. Puck bounces over. Miley reaching for it. Puck's bouncing. And Clarington comes away with it. Caro on a back check, gets her stick in there. Breaks up that play. Puck rolls back to Annabelle. Oh, sneaks out the side of her. Now Ava leaves it for Miley. Miley looking up, finds Dylan on the breakout. Now Dylan comes in near side. She's got some room. Cuts back towards the net, but couldn't drag it. Couldn't drag it quite fast enough. Now Dylan gets it for Neela. Neela back to Dylan. Dylan, once again, can't stick handle around defender's stick. Cross ice for Becca. Becca for Neela, had to stop at the blue line. Layla for Jad, it's in her skates. Bouncing around the neutral zone here. Comes back for Caitlin. Quick up, looking for Neela, trying to send her in on the break, but that's off a Clarington stick, so no icing. Neela battling in for it. Puck comes in front for Jad, right on. Shot, right on, save, rebound. Out for Caitlin. First shot, that's blocked by a defender. Now Layla's got to go back for it. We got a lot of shots blocked and sent for breakaways the other way. Got to be careful on our shooting lanes. Clarington shot high, saved by Annabelle. Now comes out the other side. Backhand, Becca up for Jad. Jad tries to center it for Neela. And a puck bouncing behind. Neela lifts a stick. She's digging for it. Neela drives the net. Sorry about the camera. Now Neela battling in the corner. This Clarington goalie's coming up strong. As Grace takes it in the neutral zone. She'll circle. She looks to get in behind the D. She does. Into the corner. Behind the net. Hits the brakes. She's pinned against the boards. And Clarington able to get it out on a breakout pass. Aiden forces him back. Now Mia steals it. She'll dump it in. Aiden chasing hard. Aiden coming in quick. Pushes the player to the boards. Haley gets a stick down. Steals the puck. And stolen back. Now Aiden knocks it off. Aiden comes up with it. Rolls it in the corner for Haley. Haley quick out. Looking for Mia. Her stick was lifted. Ava in the corner. Her centering pass. Shot right on. Juggled, but able to find it as it falls to her feet. The Clarington keeper covers up. More furious action in the third as the Stars cling to a 1-goal lead. Miley with a clean win. Back for Caitlin. Caitlin puts it to the corner for Caro. Caro fighting off a check, flips it behind the net for Dylan. Dylan, she got her stick lifted, pushed into the boards hard. Now Miley comes to cut it off, but Clarington comes away with the puck. They slowly bring it up the middle. Drag move, stolen by Miley. Dylan knocks it off the boards. Now Dylan gets in behind the D. Dylan coming in, cuts the middle, loses her puck. Now Miley with a shot. That one's blocked and she loses her feet. Now Dylan knocks it off the stick to Miley. Miley in the corner, kicks it for Dylan. Nice play by Miley. Chops it towards the net. That's up in the corner. Caro coming back. Clarington just chips it out down the ice. So that hops over Caitlin's stick. So no icing call as they deemed it was a playable puck. As both teams get some fresh legs out there. Elena circles back behind her net. Looking for the breakout. Stuck inside the line. Finally comes out. Now Jad chasing. Clarington dumps it back in. Layla to Neela. Neela circles out of the zone. She's streaking up the near side boards on the blue line. Centering pass. That goes through everybody. Becca fighting for it. Becca trying to get loose. Hooking, but no calls. Nice job by Melina to hold it in, but not for long. The puck goes back. Layla chasing in the defensive zone. Quick up, finds Melina. Melina, she'll chip it in for herself. As the pressure comes in deep. Jad knocks that one down. Puck sitting there. Comes back to the blue line. Layla can't hold it in. Back to the neutral zone. For Becca, she's got to wait for the onside. She'll try to fire it in, but hits a body, and that's stopped at the blue line. Now Aiden gets her body in there, and that'll be called a penalty for body checking as Ava touches the puck, and now the Stars will head to the bench, and they'll be short-handed for the next 2 minutes. Face off in the Stars zone. Mia and Haley up front. Ava and Grace on the back end. Grace picks it up, fires it the length of the ice. It's all the way down and on net. Now Haley putting some pressure on. Keeper has to play it. Haley chasing hard here. That puck goes up ice. Grace pokes it back into the neutral zone. Mia pestering. She gets tied up. Clarington off the boards. That pass almost intercepted. Shot. That one goes wide. Rims around the board. Clarington controls at the top of the blue line. Long shot. That one's wired around the boards, and that'll clear the zone as the puck's on edge, rolling the length of the ice. Clarington tries to set up, and that'll go for an icing call. That'll make the kill a little easier as Miley and Carroll off the bench. Draw. Miley wins that one. Layla tries to poke it to the corner. Clarington skating out with it, but Miley pestering. Is Clarington able to finally circle back? Miley cuts him off again. Excellent work from Miley on this penalty kill. She's got two Clarington players tied up with a puck at her feet, forcing them back in once again. They go to the wide side, back to the near side. And good quick pass of the breakout from Clarington. And they drop pass as they're off to the sideboards. Back to the blue line. Back down low to the half wall. Shot right on, Annabelle save. Puck scramble in front. Caitlin takes a poke at it. Rolls around the sideboards. Carroll gets her stick lifted as she kicks it towards the blue line. And forces Clarington to pull it back out themselves. Excellent work from Carroll on the boards. Now off the bench, Becca chips it off the boards to the Clarington end. Clarington forced back. That allows for the rest of the Stars to change. Jad gets a piece of it, keeps that puck in the zone. Clarington off the boards. They have it in their feet. And Becca turns and fires it back in. Excellent penalty kill here as we're back to 5-on-5 hockey as Clarington tries to break out from their own zone. That's offside as Melina throws that one in deep. Stars regroup. Jad steals the puck. She's taken out hard. Neela's got the puck. Jad trying to gather herself. Puck goes down for Neela. Neela makes some moves in front. Another collision in front of the net. Puck's back for Grace. Finds Melina. Her shot right on. Hits a body, rolls off. Clarington's just going to hammer it down. That'll go for an icing call. Oh no, it doesn't make it there. It takes a funny hop off the boards. Grace with a quick up for Neela. Neela trying to break out here. Gets it up for Haley. Off of her stick onto a Clarington player, but Haley blocks it. Haley holds it in. She's skating towards the net. Centering pass, that's a shot right on. Haley reaching back for it. Haley gets it back for Ava. Ava back to Haley. Bounces off of her stick in the skates of the Clarington player. And they'll break it out. It was excellent work on the back check from Neela. Puck goes in deep for Ava, behind the net. Ava drops, leaves it there for Grace. Grace hits the body behind the net. Now she's going to get a call. That'll be a body contact call behind the net. With 3:57 remaining, the Stars will be shorthanded, clinging to a 1-goal lead. Clarington calls a timeout. They want to strategize here, as this will have implications for the seedings for the next round. With the power play, they may be considering pulling their goalie for 6 attackers on 4, but that yet to be seen. See if our bench is sharp enough to keep our eye on it. Make the call if necessary. Let the players know that there's an empty net at the other end if it happens. Right now, Clarington controlling along the half wall. Aiden pushing him to the outside. Excellent work by Aiden. Almost knocks that one away. Shot. Annabelle pushes that one to the corner. Clarington circling up top again. Down to the far side sideboards. Cross ice. Annabelle kick save. Now Aiden has it. 2-on-1 shaping up. Now Aiden puts on the gas. Aiden coming in looking for Haley. Cross ice. Little pass off pads action. Haley in the corner. Gets a piece of it. Puck rolls back behind the Clarington net. They'll try to settle it down. They set up their breakout. Aiden putting pressure. Haley has the puck. Having a hold, wait for Aiden to get back on side. Now Clarington breaks back into the star zone. At the blue line. Forced down to the corner. That pass off a skate. Rolls around the boards behind the net. Back up to the blue line. And they left it there. Long shot. Annabelle, good save. Puck's there. Scramble. And pushed off to the side nicely. Aiden watching up top. Trying to force another turnover. Long shot. Flipped through traffic. Scramble. Annabelle reaches out for it. Oh, nicely cleared to a side by Layla. As that was sitting in a dangerous spot. 30 seconds remaining in the kill. As Stars are defending for their lives here. Centering pass, that one's blocked. Pushed to the sideboards. 20 seconds remaining in the kill. Cross ice pass. Shot, blocked. Down low. That one goes through the slot. Annabelle squares up, makes a save and holds on. Excellent save from Annabelle. 5 seconds remaining in the kill, and we'll get some fresh legs on here. Miley set for the draw, pulls it back cleanly. Melina, high up off the glass, blocked by the defenseman. Now Melina engages again. Miley comes back for it. Tips it behind the net, that kills the penalty. Dylan tries the one-touch pass looking for Carroll out of the box. Now Miley steps up. Blocked by Melina. Melina's got a path now. Melina in over the blue line, takes it wide. She's met with contact, puck rolls down. Miley steals it off the... Miley reaching for it. Clarington blocked by Carroll. In the feet, Miley steals it again. Now for Dylan. She'll chop it at the net. And the Clarington keeper able to hold on. .128 remaining. In a 2-1 hockey game. Face-off. In the offensive zone for the Stars. Becca set for the draw. Scramble draw in the feet. Jad comes in to take it, but can't reach it. And Clarington rolls it around the boards. Now Jad's got it on her stick. Puts it across, looking for Neela. Clarington puts it off the boards. That's offside. Lucky they didn't call that one intentional and send it all the way back down. The face-off will be just outside the Clarington blue line. 1:12 remaining. Not sure Clarington. I'm sure they'll try to pull their keeper here. As Caitlin goes cross ice for Layla. Layla dumps it deep in the zone. Jad steals that one. Battling down low in the corner. Has the puck in her feet, but watched by 3 Clarington players. Neela comes to help her out. Jad draws another penalty, I think, as she gets pushed from behind. Excellent work from Jad, keeping her feet. Now the Stars will get a power play here with 51 seconds remaining. See if we can tap one more in for good measure. Face-off draw. Back for Haley to Melina. Melina hangs on to it. Melina shot. That hits Mia in front. Mia taps it for Aiden. Aiden chips it down to the corner. Haley didn't see it coming. Finally, Haley engages. That's up high. And that's into the mesh. Face-off in the offensive zone. 34 seconds remaining in the game. Mia on the draw, wins it. Haley takes a shot. That's off a stick. Clarington throws it down deep. Grace picks it up behind the net. Hits the brakes, circles back the other way. Grace stops behind the net, 15 seconds to go. She's happy to kill some clock. Hayden puts it off the boards, but not out of the zone. Annabelle, she'll just scoop that one up and hang on. There should probably be about 5.3 left on the clock. It ran down a little to 4.6. And Clarington finally going to pull their keeper as they think they got enough time for a face-off win and a quick shot. Very important face-off draw, so Miley's got to win this one. And Miley gets it to the sideboard, shot high, goes well wide. Burrow chasing up to the blue line, and that will do it, kids. A tough-fought battle with a 2-1 win. I'm not too sure what time game number 2 will be this afternoon. I think that's to be determined based on positioning. So check in with your family member if you want to know when to tune in for the next game. We'll see you this afternoon.